Today, we bring you an insightful speech from U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance at the Paris AI Summit 2025. As one of the leading voices on technology and economic policy, J.D. Vance discussed the future of artificial intelligence, its impact on innovation, and the risk of excessive regulation. He outlines the Trump administration's commitment to keeping AI free from ideological bias, while ensuring it remains a powerful tool for job creation and economic growth. Watch this speech with subtitles and improve your English skills while learning about the future of AI. The kind of introduction, and I want to start by thanking President Macron for hosting the event, and of course the lovely dinner last night. During the dinner, President Macron looked at me and asked if I would like to speak, and I said, "Mr. President, I'm here for the good company and free wine, but I have to earn my keep today." And I of course want to thank Prime Minister Modi for being here, for co-hosting the summit, for all of you for participating. And I'm not here this morning to talk about AI safety, which were the title of the conference a couple of years ago. I'm here to talk about AI opportunity. When conferences like this convene to discuss a cutting-edge technology, oftentimes I think our response is to be too self-conscious, too risk-averse. But never have I encountered a breakthrough in tech that so clearly calls us to do precisely the opposite. Now, the Trump administration believes that AI will have countless revolutionary applications in economic innovation, job creation, national security, healthcare, free expression, and beyond. And to restrict its development now, we not only unfairly benefit incumbents in the space, it would mean paralyzing one of the most promising technologies we have seen in generations. Now, with that in mind, I'd like to make four main points today. Number one, this administration will ensure that American AI technology continues to be the gold standard worldwide, and we are the partner of choice for others, foreign countries, and certainly businesses, and they expand their own use of AI. Number two, we believe that excessive regulation of the AI sector could kill a transformative industry just as it's taking off, and we will make every effort to encourage progressive AI policies, and I'd like to see that regulatory favor making its way into a lot of conversations at this conference. Number three, we feel very strongly that AI must remain free from ideological bias, and that the American AI will not be co-opted into a tool for authoritarian censorship. And finally, number four, the Trump administration will maintain a pro-working growth path for AI, so it can be a potent tool for job creation in the United States, and I appreciate Prime Minister Modi's point. AI, I really believe, will facilitate and make people more productive. It is not going to replace human beings. It will never replace human beings. And I think to many of leaders in the AI industry, when they talk about this fear of replacing workers, I think they really miss the point. AI, we believe, is going to make us more productive, more prosperous, and more free. The United States of America is leading in AI, and our administration plans to keep it that way. The U.S. possesses all components across the full AI stack, including advanced semiconductor design, frontier algorithms, and cross transformation applications. Now, the computing power in the stack requires an integral to advanced AI technology. And to safeguard Americans' advantage, the Trump administration will ensure that the most powerful AI systems are built in the U.S. with American design and manufacturing chips. Now, just because we are the leader doesn't mean we want to or need to go it alone. And let me be emphatic about this point. America wants to partner with all of you, and we want to embark on the AI revolution before us with the spirit of openness and collaboration. But to create that kind of trust, we need international regulatory regime and foster the creation of AI technology rather than struggle it. And we need our European friends in particular to look to this new frontier with optimism rather than trepidation. Now, the development of cutting-edge AI in the U.S. is no accident. By preserving an open regulatory environment, we encourage American leaders to experiment and to make unparalleled R&D investments. Of the $700 billion give or take that estimate to be spent on AI in 2020, over half of it will likely to be invested in the United States of America. Now, the administration will not be the one for our startup and the grad students producing some of the most groundbreaking applications of artificial intelligence. Instead, our laws will keep big tech, little tech, and all other developers on a level playing field. Now, with the President's recent schedule on ordinary AI, rather develop an AI action plan that avoids an overly precautionary regulatory regime, while ensuring that all Americans benefit from the technology and its transformative potential. Now we invite your country to work with us and to follow that model it is make you stand for your nations. However, the Trump administration is troubled by reports that some foreign governments are considering tightening the screws on U.S. tech companies with international footprints. Now, America cannot and will not accept that. And we think it's a terrible mistake, not for the United States of America, but for your own countries. Now, U.S. innovators on the first side are really now what it's like to deal with onerous international rule. Many of our productive tech companies are forced to deal with the U.S. Digital Service Act and the massive regulation act created about taking down content and policing so-called misinformation. And of course, we want to ensure the internet is a safe place. But it's one thing to prevent a predator from preying on a child on the internet, and it is something quite different to prevent a grown man or woman from accessing an opinion that the government thinks to misinformation. Meanwhile, for smaller firms, navigating the GDPR means paying endless legal complaints costs and otherwise risking massive fines. Now, for some, the easiest way to avoid it has been to simply block EU users in the first place. It is really future what we want. Ladies and gentlemen, I think the answer for all of us should be no. No, there is no issue to worry about more than regulation when it comes to energy. And again, I appreciate the comments of so many at the conference because they recognize that we stand now at the frontier of an AI industry that is hungry for reliable power and high-quality semiconductors. Yet too many are friends and deindustrializing on the one hand and chasing reliable power out of generation on their grace with the other. The AI future is not going to be won by hand bringing about safety. It will be won by building from reliable power plants to the manufacturing facility that can produce the chip of the future. Now, to put it on a personal level, I decide we most about AI. It is integrated in the real and the physical economy. The success of the sector isn't just a matter of smart people sitting in front of the computer screen and coding. It is spent on those who work with their hands. Even robotics will change our factories. This will certainly make our healthcare providers better at treating diseases, but it will also depend on the data produced by those healthcare providers, by those doctors and nurses. I believe it will help us create and store new modes of power in the future. But right now, AI cannot out unless the world builds the energy infrastructure to support it. Now, it's my view that tech innovation over the last 20 years had often conjured image of smart people staring at computer screens, engineering the world of this. But the AI economy will primarily depend on and transform the world of atoms. Now, at this moment, we face a truly past new industrial revolution, one on par with the invention of the steam engine but it will never come to pass. It over-regulation deters innovators from taking the risks necessary to advance the ball. Nor will it occur if we allow AI to become dominated by massive players looking to use the tech to censor or control user thoughts. And I'd ask you to step back a moment And ask yourself, who is more aggressively demanding that we, meaning political leaders gathering here today, do the most aggressive regulation? It's very often the people who already have an incumbent advantage in the market, and when a massive incumbent comes to us asking for safety regulations, we ought to ask whether that safety regulation is for the benefits of our people or whether it's for the benefit of an incumbent. Now, over the last few years, we watch as governments, businesses, and non-profit organizations have advanced unpopular, and I believe downright historical social agendas through AI. In the US, we had AI image generator trying to tell us that George Washington was black, or that Americans' doll boy in World War I were in fact women. Now we laugh at this now, and of course it's ridiculous. But we have to remember the lessons from that ridiculous moment, and what we take from it is that the Trump administration will ensure that AI systems developed in America are free from ideological bias, and they will never reduce our citizens' right to free speech. We can trust our people to think, to consume information, to develop their own ideas, and to debate with one another in the open marketplace of ideas. Now we also watch as hostile foreign adversaries have weaponized AI software to rewrite history, surveil users, and censor speech. This is hardly news, of course. As they do with other tech, some authoritarian regimes have stolen and used AI to strengthen their military, intelligence, and surveillance capabilities. They capture foreign data and create propaganda to undermine other nations' national security. I want to be clear. This administration will block such efforts. Full stop. We will safeguard American AI and chip technology from theft and misuse. We will work with our allies to strengthen and extend these protections, and we will close pathways to adversaries attaining AI capability that threaten all of our people. And I will also remind our international friends here today that partnering with such regimes never pays off in the long term. From CCTV to 5G equipment, we are all familiar with chip tech in the marketplace that's been heavily subsidized and exported by authoritarian regimes. But I think some of us in this room have learned from experience. Partnering with them means training your nation to authoritarian master, one that seeks to infiltrate, digitize your information infrastructure. Should a deal seem too good to be true, just remember the old adage that we learned in Silicon Valley. If you aren't paying for the product, you are the product. Finally, this administration wants to be very clear about one last point. We will always center American workers in our AI policy. We refuse to view AI as a purely disruptive technology that will inevitably automate away labor force. We believe and we will fight for policies that ensure AI makes our workers more productive, and we expect that they will reap the rewards with higher wages, better benefits, and safer, more prosperous communities. From law to medicines, manufacturing, the most immediate application of AI almost only involves supplementing, not replacing the work being done by Americans. Combined with this administration's worker-first approach into immigration, we believe that U.S. labor force prepared to use AI to its fullest extent will instead attract the attention of business that have outsourced some of this role. To accomplish this, the administration will make sure the American has the best trained workforce in the world. Our school will teach students how to manage, how to supervise, and how to interact with AI and other tools, and it has become more and more a part of our everyday lives. And AI will create jobs in industry. Our government, businesses, and labor organizations have an obligation to work together to empower workers, not just in the U.S., in the United States, but all over the world. To that end, for all major AI policy decisions coming from the federal government, the Trump administration will guarantee American workers a seat at the table, and we're very proud of that. Now, taking up enough for your time, so let us close with just a quick story. This is a beautiful country, President Macron, and I know that you are proud of it, and it should be. Yesterday, as I was touring in Valise with General Crevet and my 3 kids, and he got to show me the sword. They belong to American's dearest international friend from our own revolution, and Margaret Lafayette. He let me hold the sword. He made it put on white clothes beforehand, and it got me thinking about his country, France, across my own country, and a beautiful civilization that we have built together with weapons like that saber, weapons that are dangerous in the wrong hands, but are incredible too for liberty and prosperity in the right hands. I couldn't help but think of the conference today. If we choose the wrong approach on other things that could be conceived as dangerous, things like AI, and which are so back, it will alter not only our GDP or the stock market, but the very future of the project that Lightyear and American Faro set out to create. Now, it doesn't mean, of course, that concern about safety to go out the window, but focus matters. And we must focus on the opportunity to catch lightning in the bottle, at least our most brilliant innovators, and use AI to improve the well-being of our nation and their peoples. With great confidence, I can say it is an opportunity that Trump administration will not squander, and we hope everyone convened here today feel exactly the same. Thank you, and God bless you all.